If she hadn't picked it up, her life would have never changed. The sky was overcast and heavy with the scent of rain. It was the kind of Seattle morning that pressed into your bones, gray, still and expectant. Maya, 28, wrapped her scarf tighter as she walked through Jefferson Park on her lunch break. The cold bit at her cheeks, but she didn't mind. The silence was her favorite companion. That's when she saw it. An old woolen coat folded neatly on a weathered bench. It wasn't draped carelessly, no, it was arranged with purpose, like someone had placed it there meaningfully. She slowed her pace and stared. It was forest green, thick, with brass buttons. A style she hadn't seen in years, not since her childhood. Not since her father? Darrell Walker, a man who left when she was just 10. All she remembered were fragments, the smell of pipe tobacco, his laugh, the way he said her name, and then nothing. Just the memory of the night he walked out and never came back. Maya glanced around. The park was empty. A few distant joggers. A squirrel darted up a tree. She sat down cautiously next to the coat. Curiosity overruled logic. She touched the wool, worn, soft, and faintly familiar. Her hand slipped into the inside pocket and froze. A piece of paper, folded twice. With shaking fingers, she opened it. Her eyes scanned the page, heart pounding. Darrell, I'm back in town. Same place, same bench. Please come. It's time. Ellie. Her stomach dropped. Ellie. Her mother's name. But her mother had passed 5 years ago. Maya read it again, feeling the air rush from her lungs. What was this? A letter from the past? A message meant for someone else? But how could it be a coincidence? Suddenly, the weight of the moment became too much. She grabbed the coat and stood up. She needed answers, and only one place could possibly have them. The diner listed at the top of the receipt. Tony's Corner Cafe, just 5 blocks away. The bell over the diner door jingled as she entered. The warmth hit her immediately, along with the smell of bacon and burnt coffee. A middle-aged waitress with red glasses looked up. Can I help you, sweetheart? Maya hesitated, holding up the coat. I found this in the park. I think someone left it behind. There was a receipt in the pocket from here. Dated 2 days ago. The woman's eyes narrowed slightly, thoughtful. Oh yeah, that guy's been coming in every morning. Orders the same thing, black coffee, oatmeal, and just sits. Wears a coat like that. Quiet. Always looks like he's waiting for someone. Maya's heart pounded. Do you know his name? The waitress shrugged. He never said, but he tips real good. Kinda gentle, you know? Like he's carrying something heavy inside. Do you know if he'll come back? She nodded slowly. Most likely. He always shows up around 10. You planning to return it? Maya didn't know what she was planning, but something in her gut whispered, stay. At 9:58, she was back on the park bench. The coat folded beside her. The letter still in her coat pocket. By 10:05, she was ready to leave. But then she saw him. A man in his 50s, maybe 60, slower steps, a limp in his right leg, forest green coat missing. He froze when he saw her. His eyes, tired and searching, landed on the coat. Then on her. I think this belongs to you, she said softly, standing. He approached cautiously. You found it. I did. She held it out. I also found the letter. He stiffened. His eyes dropped to the ground. You read it? She nodded. I'm Maya. His breath caught. And then the tears came. Silent, soft. The kind that come from too many years of silence. I thought I'd lost you forever, he whispered. She swallowed hard. I thought you never wanted me. He looked up, broken. I wanted to come back 1,000 times, but I thought you'd hate me. That Ellie wouldn't let me near you. She's gone, Maya said. Cancer, 5 years ago. He closed his eyes. I never knew. She sat back down. Then sit. We can start here. He hesitated, then joined her. The bench didn't feel so cold anymore. Maya and Darrow sat in silence for a long moment, the park whispering around them with the rustle of dry winter leaves. A father and daughter, strangers by time, but not by blood, cautiously sharing the same space for the first time in nearly 2 decades. Darrow's voice broke the quiet. I used to bring you here, you know. When you were little, you'd chase squirrels and beg me for ice cream no matter the season. Maya looked at him surprised. I don't remember that. I do, he said with a half smile. I remember everything. The way you used to call every dog Charlie. How you'd always stuff leaves in your pockets like they were treasure. She smiled faintly. That does sound like me. A breeze passed, lifting a strand of her hair. Darrow shifted the coat onto his lap, fingers brushing its buttons as though it were sacred. I left because I thought I was protecting you. Your mother and we were fighting all the time. I didn't want you growing up in that chaos. But you didn't protect me, Maya said quietly. You just disappeared. He nodded, ashamed. I know, I was wrong. I waited too long to come back. Why now? He looked out across the park. I came back to say goodbye to the memories. Maybe even to myself. But I kept coming to this bench. And then one day I wrote that letter. I hoped somehow you might find it. That someone might... She took a deep breath. When I saw your name, I thought my mind was playing tricks on me. And then I saw Ellie. It was like the universe didn't want this to stay buried anymore. He turned to her, his voice cracking. Do you think it's too late? Maya hesitated. Her heart wanted to leap. Her mind hesitated. But sometimes healing doesn't come in perfect packages. Sometimes it arrives cold in a park with nothing but a letter and a coat. No, she said softly. It's not too late. Darrow looked like he might cry again. He reached into his pocket, pulled out an old photograph, frayed at the corners. It was her, age 7, on this very bench. He'd kept it all this time. She took the photo gently, her fingers trembling. I was angry for a long time, she whispered. But I think I was also waiting for this. They sat together longer this time, until the clouds started to part above them in a thin beam of sunlight touched the ground before their feet. Can I see you again? He asked. She nodded. Yes, but next time we sit inside with coffee. He chuckled. Deal? 1 month later, Tony's Corner Cafe had a new routine. Every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m., the same table was taken by a man in a forest green coat and a young woman. With curious eyes and a kind smile, they ordered the same thing, black coffee for him, chai latte for her. They didn't talk about the past every time. Sometimes they talked about books, about dreams, about nothing at all, and it was enough. Sometimes a coat isn't just a coat. Sometimes it's the key to a second chance. And if one old coat can rebuild a family, just imagine what one click on subscribe can do for someone else's story. Subscribe for more true-to-life, heart-touching stories. You never know which one will change your life next.